Good morning, all the students and viewers. This is Muhammad Riazuddin, Principal Telangana Model School, Jarasangam. Now we have the webinar session on commerce and accountancy. The topic is consignment accounts, handled by V. Premalata PGT Commerce from Telangana Model School, Jarasangam. From Bullaram, Jinnaram Mandal, Sangareddy District. And this is a second session from the topic consignment. In the first session, we discussed about the meaning of consignment. What is consignment, who is consigner and who is consignee, and we also discuss about the difference between sales and consignment, and we discuss about the different types of expenses incurred by consigner and the different types of expenses incurred by consignee, and we discuss about the difference between invoice and pro forma invoice also. Today we learned about the accounting treatment in the book of consigner and in the book of consignee. Means how many accounts the consigner prepares and how many accounts the consignee prepares. So now I request the students to please listen the session carefully. I invite V. Premalata Madam to deliver his resources on the consignment account. Madam, please.
Hello. Good morning to all the principals and students. A very warm welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss Unit 2, Chapter 3, Consignment Accounts. Today is the second session. And in today's session, after the complete of the session, children will be able to gain the knowledge about the accounting treatment in the books of consigner, and to gain knowledge about the accounting treatment in the books of consignment. At the end of this session, you will be able to the accounting in the books. Okay. Just will recapitulate what we discussed yesterday in the yesterday session. We have discussed. Just a brief discussion I'll do on yesterday's session. We discussed what do you mean by consignment, like who is a consigner, who is a consignee, and why the consignee sells goods on behalf of the consigner, and what are the different expenses incurred at the consigners and at the consignees end. Okay, see, the person who is sending the goods is known as the consigner, and whatever goods sent is our consignment. Okay, then the consignee, he will be receiving the goods and he will be selling these goods to the buyers on behalf of the consigner, and he will collect the sales proceeds. He will receive the amount. After receiving the amount, what he will do, this consignee should remit that amount to the consigner. That means he should give that amount, pay that amount to the consigner. So how he will send? He will send an account sales to the consigner. In that account sales, what he will mention? He will mention how much sales he made, and he will deduct all the expenses. If at all he has given any advance, he will deduct even that advance, and the balance amount will be remitted to the consigner. Okay. Now, even consigner to send these goods to the consignee will be incurring some expenses. Yesterday we have seen with the pictures, images, no, what are the different types of expenses incurred by the consignor. Okay. Now what the consigner will be sending to the consignee? Consigner will be sending invoice, pro forma invoice price, in which he will be mentioning the cost. That cost, on that cost only, the consignee need to sell the goods to the buyers. Is it clear? So that cost is called as pro forma invoice price. Now why I am stressing on this? Because these all are the terminology which will be used in problems. Then when we say account sales, you need to understand it is a periodical statement sent by consignee to consignor. When we say pro forma invoice, you need to understand it is a statement sent by consignor to consignee. Is it clear, children? Then what are these recurring and non-recurring expenses? We will see the difference. Now, any expense which happens one time or which incurs one time is called as non-recurring expense. For example, if the consigner is sending a consignment to the consignee, okay, he is sending a consignment. That is the cost of material. What we told, that cost of material also will be an expense for the consigner. Okay, so this cost means material will be sent only once. Okay, so one-time expenditure. Then to pack this material, the expenditure is done is also one time. That is, the packing is done once for that material. This material is loaded only once. Then freight is paid once. Transit insurance also paid only once. Like whatever expenses are incurred only one time. all such expenses are non-recurring in nature. That means not paid again and again, only one-time payment. So these expenses are called as non-recurring expenses. Even the goods, until they reach to the premises of the consignee, are non-recurring in nature. That means these expenses are paid only once. So these expenses are non-recurring in nature. You have to make clear about the recurring and non-recurring expense difference. Is it clear, children? So what are the non-recurring expenses? Expenses which are paid only once, one-time expenditure. Okay, that can be at the end of consignor or at the end of consignee. That means goods which till they reach to the premises of the consignee, all the expenses are non-recurring expenses. Or in other words, we can say that all non-selling expenses. Okay, all non-selling expenses will come under non-recurring expenses. Now, if you take the premises of the consignee, at the premises also there will be some expenditure. Okay, now the consignee is going to receive the goods. It is not like that the goods will be sold immediately after receiving. Can we sell the goods immediately? No, it will take time. Then that means you will be keeping the goods in the premises, in the godown. The goods will be kept. If the goods are in the premises, you will be paying rent. It's not like that you will pay rent once and you will keep the goods for whole 1 year. No. You need to pay rent monthly. That means this expenditure is happening again and again. That means it is recurring in nature. Good expenses which are recurring in nature, okay, are recurring expenses. And even insurance also. Till the goods are there in the godown, you will be paying insurance periodically. So that expense, insurance is also expense only. And let us say you keep a watchman or a security guard to secure your goods. Now you have to pay salary for him. It's not like that again, you will pay 1 month's salary and you will take whole year you work. Anybody will work like that? Then you are appointing anyone, you need to pay them salary monthly. So the salary which is paid to the watchman or a security guard, a person who is working there, every month you will be paying them salaries. So these are recurring in nature. Even advertisement charges, like advertisement expenses, it's not like that. Advertisement, if you are advertising anything for one time, the customers will be remembering, and frequently, continuously you have to advertise about your product. So these advertisement charges are also recurring in nature. They are recurring in nature. So all the selling expenses, okay, all the selling expenses are recurring in nature. Is it clear, children? At the consignee end, you have two types of expenses. One is non-recurring expense, and other one is recurring expense. The cost until the goods reach the premises of the consignee, whatever expenditure is incurred is non-recurring. This is non-selling expense. But at the premises, you will incur, the consignee will be incurring some expenses. These are recurring expenses, or you can say selling expenses. Now, got the difference, children? What is the difference between recurring and non-recurring expense? Okay. Once again, briefly we will understand. The consignor will be sending goods to the consignee. Consignee, he will sell, and whatever amount he will be collecting, he will deduct all his expenses. He will deduct his commission, and he will deduct his advance. Then he will send an account sales to the consignor. Is it clear? He will send this account sales to the consignor. Now, how we should do this in accounts, we will see. Now we will recapitulate something from first year, in the first year. I know you people are very much familiar with these rules of accounting, but still once we will recapitulate. Okay, how many types of accounts are there? 3 types of accounts: real accounts, personal accounts, and nominal accounts. What come under real account? All assets, either it is tangible or intangible, which has a physical form. What do you mean by tangible asset? Asset which is having a physical form is a tangible asset, which you cannot see, but still it is an asset, like goodwill, patent right, copyright example. Okay, that all are intangible assets. Okay, next you have personal accounts. All persons related to the business come under personal accounts, like debtors or creditors. Then you have nominal accounts. All incomes and expenses come under nominal account. Okay. Next, what is the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If now whose point of view you have to see, children? Everything you need to see in the point of view of the business. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out is a rule for real account. Now what is the rule for personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Okay. Is it clear, children? Just have a look, recollect what you discussed. This all we did it in first year. Now, when it comes to accounting treatment in this consignment chapter, we will be preparing books. In the books of consignor, we will see the accounting treatment. We will see in the books of consignee how we need to do the accounts. Now, because the main persons here are only two, that is consignor and consignee. One person who is sending the goods and the other person who is receiving the goods. So who is sending the goods, that is the consignor. We will see how we will be preparing his accounts, and in the books of consignee what we will be preparing. And one more thing, you need to remember, whatever we are discussing, it is from your textbook only. Okay, many topics will be there in depth if we go, like you will be studying in your higher classes. But what is needed for you for inter second year for our syllabus, we will be discussing only that much. Is it clear, children? Now, in the books of consignor, we will be preparing consignment account, consignee account, and goods sent on consignment account. Now, when we are saying in the books of consignor, now consignor need to maintain some books. Like he need to know what profit he is going to get now, and how much amount he need to balance amount he need to receive from the consignee. He need to have all the information. For that purpose, he need to maintain few accounts. Now, why he makes this consignment account? Consignment account is prepared to know what is the profit, right? For this consignment, the whatever goods he is sending to the consignee, for this consignment, how much profit he got. He need to know that. The consignor need to know how much profit he got or how much profit he made through this consignment. For this purpose, he need to prepare a consignment account. Next, he need to prepare consignee account. Why he need to prepare consignee account? Consignee account is prepared to know how much balance amount he need to receive from the consignee. If he doesn't know, how can he collect from a consignee the balance amount? He need to know what are the sale proceeds, what are the expenses incurred by the consignee, and what is the balance amount need to be remitted by the consignee to the consignor. Is it clear? Consignment account is prepared to know what is profit he made through this consignment. And why consignee account is prepared? Consignee account is prepared to know how much balance amount he needs to receive from the consignee. And next, goods sent on consignment account, and how much goods are sent. This at the end it is transferred to trading account. The amount will be transferred to trading account. Is it clear, children? In the books of consignee, we will not prepare many accounts. Here we will be preparing only consignor account in our syllabus. In this consignor account, why the consignee need to prepare consignor account? The consignee should know how much balance amount is due to give to consignor. For that purpose, the consignee will be preparing the consignor account. Now we will see, we will understand each and every account in detail, children. Now, what is consignment account? The main objective of this account is to find out profit or loss on a particular consignment. It is a nominal account. All the expenses of consignment business are debited, and all the incomes of the consignment business are credited into this account. Okay. Now, when we are preparing this consignment account, what is the main objective of preparing this consignment account? It is a to know the profit and loss, what profit we got in or loss we made through this consignment. Now, it is a nominal account. It is same like trading and profit and loss account. What is the rule for nominal account, children? We will be debiting all the expenses and we will be crediting all the incomes. That means all the expenses should be written on debit side and all the income should be written on credit side. Okay. All the expenses should be written on debit side and all the expenses should be written on credit side. So the goods, whatever we are sending, we will be writing to goods sent on consignment, and what expenses we are going to make, that cash bank and the consignee expenses, expenses incurred by the consignee will be written as to consignee, and expenses incurred by commission or the commission paid to the consignee will be taken as to consignee account commission, and by consignee account and by profit and loss account. Okay, now this we will in detail we will learn in next topic. Okay, now this is a specimen of consignment account, children. To goods sent on consignment, to cash bank account, to consignee account, to consignee account, to profit and loss account, by consignee account and by profit and loss account. Now here I have a doubt, children. What we discussed here, all expenses should be debited and all income should be credited. Yes or no? So to goods sent on a consignment is an expense for the consigner. So he is writing as an expense. So he is writing to goods sent on consignment. Now here he is writing to cash bank. Now we need to know, when we are preparing a consignment account, all expenses are written on the debit side and all incomes are written on the credit side. For today's lesson, whatever topics are needed, I have taken in this specimen copy, only that much need, children. Further problems, when we go in depth, when we do the problems, then this specimen, like still you have so many other headings here. We will discuss that later on. So what is needed for today's class, I am only discussing that so that you will not get confused. Okay. So to goods sent on consignment is an expense. So it is written on debit. Now, okay. The expenses of the consigner also incurring some expenses. No, we have seen all the expenses that also need to be written here on the debit side. Okay. Now here we are writing as to cash or bank. Generally, when we make any expenses incurred, what will be the journal entry, children? What entry we make? Expense account data to cash and bank. Expense account data to cash and bank. Then you should write here two expense. No, for example, the consigner has paid transport charges. Then you have here what you should write? To transport amount you need to write. But why we are writing to cash or bank? Why not transport charges? Can you just think? You should get such doubts when I am saying, when I'm writing it in the account, when I say expenses are debited, then there is no name, expense name. I'm writing as cash and bank. These are the expenses incurred by the consigner. Now, maybe he incurred loading charges, freight, or any tax or anything, any expense it can be. So I should mention the name of that expense. No, why I am writing cash and bank is my question. Now, here also, next, we are telling consignee also incur some expenses. It could be unloading charges, it is freight, many other expenses. Now here also we need to mention as expense account. Like you should say to carriage or to unloading charges. But I am writing the name of the consignee, not the expense name. Why? And in the explanation we are giving, it is expenses paid by the consignee. Because for any expense, what will be the journal entry, children? Expense account data to cash or bank. Then why we are writing to cash or bank? Now you need to understand, children, whenever we are doing any consignment account, we don't do anything in traditional way, or this account is not done, proper accounting is not done in consignment, or any traditional accounting is not done in consignment, because we cannot maintain so many accounts in consignment. It becomes very difficult for the consigner. Okay, we need to prepare very limited accounts. Limited accounts should be maintained in consignment. You need to remember this. Then only you will understand the concept. Limited accounts should be maintained in consignment. Why limited accounts should be maintained? We all know that consignment, when the consigner is doing this consignment business, he may be having many consignments, not one consignment. Now, just we are seeing an example as one consignment, like a goods sent to Mr. M of Mumbai. But many consignees will be there. No, many consignments will be there where he will be doing sending to different places. Many consignments. Now, if at all he starts entering each and every expense account or income account, what will happen? Transactions will be very huge. Maintaining accounts will become very huge. It is very difficult to maintain. Yes or no? So he has to limit the accounts. He has to limit the accounts. That is the reason what the consignor will be doing. All the expenses or incomes related to one consignment, he will be taking into consignment account only. Is it clear? What he will do? He will be taking everything into that particular consignment account only. For example, now we in the previous example, you will see goods sent to Mr. M of Mumbai. Now, whatever that is Mumbai consignment. Let us take it is Mumbai consignment. So, whatever expenses incurred in that consignment or incomes incurred in that consignment, everything should be written in Mumbai consignment account. You will not separately open freight account, insurance account. You will not open accounts like that, because if you are writing here to freight, if we are writing any account here, like if I say to freight, then you need to open freight account also. Yes or no? You have to prepare freight account also. How many accounts the consignor will be preparing? He has to limit his accounts. Then what he will do? He will be debiting his consignment account. Is it clear? He will be debiting his consignment account. That is the reason all the accounts here are debited to his cash or bank. Now you can say, why cash bank only? Consignor will be having cash bank account, even if he opens other accounts or not, definitely he will be having cash bank account, and it is paid in cash. Okay, so here instead of debiting that expense account like freight or anything, what we will be doing, any expense related to this consignment should be debited to the consignment account. So what will be the entry then? Consignment account data to cash bank. That is, this is the expense incurred at the consignor end. He will be paying the amount. So all the expenses related to consignment account, no need to write separately the account name. That is the reason we are not writing, we are not saying here to freight, we will not say to carriage, anything. Just we will debit everything to that consignment account. Why? Understood no? Is it clear, children? Why we are debiting to consignment account? In general, what will be the account? Expense accounted are to cash or bank, no? But here what we will debit? We will debit consignment account, because all expenses related to this consignment need to be in consignment account only. Then no need to prepare any separate expense account. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? So if the consignor incurs any expense, we are debiting to consignment account. Next, to consignee account to expense paid by consignee. Now, what are the expenses incurred at the consignee's end? The consignee also incurs some expenses, no children? The consignee also incurs some expenses, like he paid some transport charge or anything. Now, what will be the entry? Actual entry will be for any expense. What is the entry we make? Expense account data to cash or bank. Expense account data to cash or bank. But at the consignee end, if we think in the point of view of consignee, in his book, what he will write? That is not the amount paid by him. He will not pay anything, no. He will collect that amount from consignor. So what he will write? He will be debiting the consignor account and cash bank. So now what the consignor will be doing? Consignor will debit the expense to consignment account, and instead of cash bank, whom he is giving? He is giving to consignee. So he will debit the consignment account and he will credit the consignee account. Is it clear, children? Is it clear? You may feel little bit difficulty in understanding, but if you know the basic concepts, it will be clear for you. Okay. Instead of expense account, like we don't write to carriage, freight, anything, because these are the expenses which are incurred at the consignee's end. Okay. So the consignee is giving the amount, and he will and this expense should be debited to consignment account. What we told, all the expenses should be debited to consignment account only, because we will not open any individual expense account. We have to limit number of accounts in consignment, because the consignor will be having many consignments like this. If we start making individual accounts, how many accounts he need to maintain? For every consignment freight, for every consignment sales, then it becomes very difficult for him. How many sales accounts he will maintain? How many freight accounts he will be maintaining? So everything should be debited to consignment account only. That is the reason, in simple we say debit all expenses in consignment account and the credit all incomes in consignment account, because it is a nominal account. It is same like trading and profit and loss account. Is it clear, children? So whatever expenses are incurred by the consignor are debited to consignment account and they are credited to what? Cash and bank account. That means entry will be consignment account to cash and bank. Okay. If any expense incurred at the consignee's end, what we will do? We will debit the consignment account and we will credit the consignee account, because the consignor will be giving that amount to consignee, or the consignee will be giving that amount is incurred at the consignee's end. Is it clear? So all the incomes, expense, if it is incurred at the consignee's end, what you need to do? You have to credit the consignee. That is the reason we write to consignee account, and in the explanation or down you can mention freight how much, or transport how much, whatever it is, you can individually mention. Even commission also same. Like when the commission is paid to the consignee, what is the entry? We need to, this is also an expense to the consignor. So consignor will be debiting the consignment account and he will be crediting the consignee account. Is it clear? That is the reason we write to consignee commission account. Okay. Sales also same. Who is making the sales? Sales are made at consignee end. He will receive the amount. Then what he will do? He will remit that amount to the consignor. Okay. So you will be writing as consignee account only. Okay. Now this consignment account, when we are making this, and one more thing what you need to remember, children, in whose books we are preparing this account. Now whose book we are preparing this account? This is in the books of consignor. Okay, in the books of consignor we are making consignment account. Why we are preparing this consignment account? This consignment account is prepared to know what is the profit incurred through this consignment. What is the profit incurred through this or made by the consignor through this consignment. Okay. Now, second account, what the consignor will be preparing in his books is, it is his personal account. The account shows balance due from the consignee. Okay, it is a personal account. It is a personal account. Now you need to see the rules of personal account. This account shows balance due from consignee. So the consignor need to know how much amount is due from the consignee. Okay. Now consignor, now the consignee will be debtor or creditor. We should receive the amount from him, or we should give the amount to him. Who is he? He is a debtor or creditor? Yes, children. We should receive the amount from the consignee. Yes or no? Yes or no? So whatever amount we need to receive, so we are debiting here. Okay. Now whatever advances, now the consignee has given some advance that we need to deduct, and whatever expenses he incurred in this consignment, that expenses also need to be deducted, and even the commission what we are paying, that also need to be deducted. Then the balance amount, if at all the consignee is not remitting the amount, we will know that this amount is balance is due from the consignee. Now this amount the consignee need to be returning us, like need to give this amount, the balancing amount. If at all in the question they say like he has sent a demand draft or he has sent a check, anything is given in the question, then you will not say by balance carried down. What you will say? By bank. You will write it as bank and you will write the amount whatever is remitted by the consignee. Okay, this is the second account which will be prepared by the consignor to know the balance what he need to receive from the consignee. Okay, the third account which is prepared in consignor account is goods sent on consignment account. This is a real account. Goods sent on consignment is to be credited to this account. This account is closed finally by transferring to trading account. So whenever we are sending any goods on consignment, what the entry we make, children? Because this is an expense. We already discussed this is an expense for the consignor. So what is the entry we make? Consignment account data to goods sent on consignment account. Yes, consignment account data to goods sent. That is, consignment account will be debited and goods sent account will be credited. So in goods sent account, what we are doing? By consignment account and to trading account. See, already you have discussed in first year after writing journal entry how we will be posting in a ledger. Okay. In consignment, we don't follow all the traditional accounting here because we want to minimize the accounts. As less accounts we can prepare, we will see that. That is the reason all expenses related to one consignment should be taken everything into that consignment only. Because for us, this may be one account like we are doing. But in reality, what may be like the consignor will be having so many accounts. So it will become very difficult for him. So this is goods sent on consignment account. It is a real account. Okay. So this amount will be finally be transferred to what account? It will be finally transferred to trading account. Now in the books of consignee, we will be preparing only consignor account. It is a personal account. The consignee prepares only consignor account in his books to find out the amount finally due to consignor. Now the consignee will be preparing this consignor account to see he should know how much amount he should give to the consignor. For that purpose, he will be preparing this consignor account. Now by cash sales, like how much sales he made, then how much advance he has given, he will be deducting that amount, and he will be deducting the expenses, and he will be deducting even his commission, and the balance amount he will be remitting to the consignor. To know this balance amount, the consignee need to prepare the consignor account. He will be preparing only the consignor account. Is it clear, children? You will understand when we will be doing the problems. Okay. Now we will understand more clearly while doing a problem. Now here we have one problem. This problem is at cost, children. Okay. So and you will not have any unsold stock. All stock which the consignor is sending to consignee is sold. Okay. And this problem is based on at cost. Okay. Subhash of Siripur consigned to Hari of Hyderabad 60 boxes of medicines at rupees 400 each. Okay. Subhash paid freight and insurance amounting to rupees 2000. Hari sent rupees 10,000 as advance payment against consignment. Subhash received an account sales from Hari containing the following particulars. Gross sale proceeds are rupees 34,000. Transportation and warehousing charges rupees 1,500. Commission charged at 15% on gross proceeds. Subhash received bank draft for the balance due from Hari. Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of consignor and consignee. Now first, whenever you read any question in consignment, you need to make a point, like you need to underline. What are the points we need and for what, solving what? Okay. First, we will look into the books of consignor. When we are preparing in the books of consignor, we will be preparing three accounts. One is consignment account to know the profit, consignee account to know how much amount is due from consignee, and goods sent on consignment account. How much goods, what goods are sent on consignment account. These three accounts we will be preparing. When I am preparing consignment account, what I will be, already you have seen in the specimen of consignment account, what are the things we will be noting down. One is we need to know about the sales, like how much amount is sold, goods are sold. Next, we need to know the expenses, like how much goods are sent, then what are the consignor's expenses, what are the consignee's expenses, and what is the commission paid to the consignee. What is the commission paid to the consignee? What you need to remember, children, whenever you are preparing any consignment account, what you need to prepare or what you should keep in mind and what you should see in the question, for what numbers, values you need to see. One is what are the sales. Second one is what, how much what the goods are sent on consignment, and what are the expenses of the consignor, what are the expenses of the consignee, and what commission he received. These are the things we need to see. Now, first, goods sent. How much what the goods are sent? 60. So here, who is the consignor? Subhash is the consignor. Who is the consignee? Hari is the consignee. Now, how much what the goods are sent? 60 boxes at rupees 400 each. How much what the goods are sent, children? 60 boxes at 400 each. That is total 24,000 worth the goods are sent to Hari. Okay. Now, these are the expenses at the consignor end. What is that? Cost of goods 24,000. And here, see, Subhash paid freight and insurance amounting to rupees 2,000. Now, who is Subhash? Subhash is consignor. So what he paid? Freight and insurance. Okay. So freight and insurance is his expense. Okay. This is whose expense? Freight and insurance. Freight and insurance is consignor's expense. So it is 2000. Okay. So what you need to see in the question? Oh, freight and insurance, these are consignor's expense. So you make a note. Freight and insurance 2000, that is consignor's expense. Next, Hari. What are at Hari's and happened at Hari's and this next here we if you further read the question, Hari sent rupees 10,000 as advance payment against consignment. Subhash received an account sales from Hari. Now, what do you mean by account sales, children? Yesterday we already discussed, no, what is account sales? It is a periodical statement where the consignee will be sending all the information related to what happened. Yes, what are the sales, his expenses, his commission, and how much balance amount he need to remit. That statement, what he is sending to the consignor is called as an account sales. Now, this Subhash has received this account sales from Hari. That means Hari has sent an account sales. So what is mentioned in this account sales? Hari, what he mentioned that what the gross sale proceeds are rupees 34,000. So the goods what he sent are sold at what? At for 34,000. Hari had made sales. So Hari sold goods for 34,000 and Hari also incurred some expenses. That is transport and warehousing expenses, charges. So what are the transport and warehousing charges, children, here? 1,500. So transport and warehousing charges are 1,500 rupees. Now, what is the commission here? Commission charged at 15% on gross proceeds. So this commission amount is also an expenditure. Okay. So 15% on sales. Okay. We will see while doing problem, we will calculate, children. So 15% on sales means how on what we have to calculate? On 34,000, we need to calculate 15%. Okay. So we will even note down what is the advance amount sent by Hari. That is 10,000 rupees. Now my question, when we are doing consignment account, what are the now you have a brief information here. From the question we have taken out a brief information what we need for solving the problem. We need to know what are the goods sent on consignment, that is cost of goods. We need to know the consignor's expenses, and we need to know at Hari's end what happened. He sold the goods, expenses incurred by Hari and his commission, and any advance amount is given by Hari. Okay. So what you need to see in the question, after seeing the question size, you should not get tensed. But if you can understand and take what you want from the question, it is as simple as it will be very easy for you to solve the problem. Okay. So what we need, we have taken from the question. Okay. Now we will see how to solve the problem. Now, before that, I have a question for you. Do we take this advance amount in while preparing consignment account, children? Is it necessary? Should we take this advance amount? No, no need. No. While preparing any consignment account, no need to take this advance amount. What we need? Only sales expenses. That is income, expenditure. What income? Sales are our income. So we will be taking sales. What are the expenditure here? Sending goods is an expenditure. Expenses of the consignee are also an expenditure. Expenses at the consignee end. Who are paying that expenses? The expenses are incurred at the consignee's end. But who will be paying? Subhash will be paying. That is, the consignor will be paying. So that expenses also we will be taking in the consignment account. Why we are doing consignment? You need to know the consignor should know the profit. Now the consignor, how he will know the profit? From the income, he should remove all the, he should deduct all the expenses. Expenses incurred at his end and expenses incurred even at Hari's end. Yes or no? Then only he will get the correct value of his profit. Okay. Now, this is a consignment account. Now, what we should take on the debit side, children? First, expenses. Now, we will first write all the expenses incurred in this consignment. So, in the books of consignor, we are preparing consignment account. First, what we are preparing? Consignment account. Why we prepare consignment account? To know what is the profit out of this consignment. What profit the consignor has made out of this consignment. Okay. Now, first the expenditure. What we have seen? Goods sent on consignment. Okay, so to goods sent, where we have to write all expenses, this is a nominal account. All nominal account, where we should write nominal account. What is the rule? Debit all expenses and credit all incomes and gains. So we need to debit all the expenses. So all the expenses will be written on debit side. So to goods sent on consignment. So what is the value? Just now we have seen, no, what is the value? 600 units at 24,000. Yes or no? Total goods sent on consignment. What is the value of goods sent on consignment, children? 24,000 worth of goods have been sent on consignment. 60 boxes of medicines at 400 each, no? So 60 boxes at 400 each. That is 6 4s are 24,000. So goods sent on consignment is 60 boxes at 400. That is 24,000. Next, what are the expenses incurred by the consignor? What expenses are incurred by the consignor? How much amount is incurred? What is his expense, children? He is paying freight and insurance, 2,000 rupees. So expenses paid by consignor to cash and bank. To cash and bank. So what I told children, we will not write to freight and insurance. What we need to write? To cash and bank. Like to, because this consignment account is debited, not the expense account. If at all we write to freight, it will not come in consignment account. Individual freight account we will be noting. Yes or no? If at all we write here to freight or to insurance, it will not come in consignment account. Consignment account is debited. That is the reason we are writing on the debit side of the consignment account. If we are writing an individual account, if we say to freight account, then we need to open a freight account. Now, got my point? So many accounts you need to open if you are writing individually. That is the reason all the expenses incurred in this consignment need to be debited to consignment account. Okay, so what will be the entry? Consignment account data to cash or bank. Okay, so consignment to cash or bank, expenses paid by the consignor. Okay, next, expenses incurred by the consignor. What are the expenses incurred by the consignee here, children? Transportation and warehousing charges, that is 1,500 rupees. Okay, transportation and warehousing charges 1,500 rupees are the expenses incurred by the consignee at the consignee's end. Okay, that is to Hari. Now what will be the entry here? Consignment account data to Hari account. Okay, now still more in depth we will understand, children. Don't get confused. In detail we will understand. First here you see consignment account data to cash bank we are writing. That is for any expense, what will be the entry? Expense account data to cash or bank. Then here also you need to have expense account data to cash or bank, no? That means here also it should be consignment account data to cash or bank, because all expenses we are debiting to consignment account only. So we are writing consignment account data to cash or bank. When the expenses of consignor are made, we are writing expense consignment account data to cash or bank. Then here also it should be consignment account data to cash or bank only, no? Then why we are writing consignment account data to Hari account? Yes, here the consignor is actually not paying the amount, no? At whose end this expense has been incurred? At whose end this expense has been incurred, children? This expense has been incurred at the end of the consignee. Okay, now what the consignee will be making an entry there, whenever he is making any expenses, what the entry is made at consignee's end, consignee will be making like consignor account data to cash or bank. Is it clear? Consignor account data to cash or bank, because the expense account he is not debiting. He will not debit, because here we are not going to take any individual expense account. Who should give the amount to the consignee? The amount should be given by the consignor. Yes or no? The consignor will be giving the amount to the consignee, and the consignee will be collecting that amount from the consignor. Actually, the consignor also is not giving any cash here directly. For whom he will be giving? He will be giving to Hari. That means Hari will be deducting from his accounts. While he is sending an account sales, he will be deducting. No, that is the reason we write here Hari. Consignment account data to Hari account. In the books of Hari, we will be writing consignor account data to cash or bank. There, when the Hari is giving the amount, there in consignee's book, the entry will be consignor account data to cash and bank. In consignor account, what will be the entry? Consignment account data to Hari account. That means when he is giving cash, then only cash will be consignment account data to cash account, cash credit. That means when something is going, it is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. It will be credited. But here, who is giving? Hari is giving, no. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. So we are crediting Hari. Is it clear? So consignment account data to Hari account, because Hari is giving the amount. Afterwards, he will reimburse from consignor account. That we will see in consignee's account. So here, instead of cash, Hari is giving. That is the reason we are crediting Hari's account. The entry will be consignment account data to Hari account. Got my point, children? Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Once again, shall I explain? Here, the consignor at his and his incurring expense, he will be giving cash immediately. So entry will be consignment account data to cash or bank. Now we are treating our consignment account only as our expense account. No, here all expenses are transferred to consignment account. We don't prepare any individual account, freight account, transport charges account, nothing. All should be debited to consignment account only. We have to minimize the accounts. That is the reason consignment is an expense. So consignment account will be debited. Cash is going out. So here cash account is credited. So that is the reason we are writing to cash account data to bank account. Okay. So when you are posting ledger, already you studied in first year. See, I am explaining, keeping in view that you people already know from a journal entry how you will post to ledger account. Now I believe that you people know that. So I am explaining from there. Now from beginning, it becomes very difficult, no children. See, you all know how to transfer from journal entry, how you post to ledger accounts. When you are preparing any ledger account, individual ledger account, we should see. When I say consignment account, what is consigned in the transaction? If consignment account is debited, you should write on the debit side. If the consignment account is credited, you should write on the credit side. You all learned in first year. Okay, basing on that, I am explaining. Is it clear, children? So here consignment account is debited. That is when we are preparing that account, we should see whether that account is debited or credited. Consignment account is debited, you need to write on debit side. If the consignment account is credited, we have to write on credit side. So this account name will not come in the, if you are preparing consignment account, nowhere you will write consignment account. You all learned this in first year. Is it clear, children? So here consignment account data to cash bank. Here consignor gives cash. That is the reason cash bank account is credited. But when it comes to Hari, here also we are incurring expense, but immediately cash is not given. Here consignee will collect it from the consignor. That means the Hari is paying. Let us say Hari is giving. He is the giver. That is the reason we are crediting him. Debit expense, credit the giver. So consignment account is debited. The person who is giving is credited. So we are crediting Hari here. Now got my point? So Hari. So expenses whatever incurred at Hari's end, we will be writing like two expenses are there. You can add here and you should write the full final amount in the amount column. Is it clear, children? So Hari account 1500. So what are the expenses he incurred here? To goods sent on consignment 24,000, to cash bank account 2,000, that are expenses incurred by the consignor. So in simple, again, if you got confused, teacher, we are not able to understand all the entries, we are feeling it difficult. Again, when we do, again, I have a class for journal entries. There again, I'll explain in detail. If in accounts point of view, if you want to understand it as simple as, then how you should understand, children? Any expense incurred by the consignor, right, to cash bank. Any expense incurred by the consignor, you need to write to cash bank. Any expense incurred by consignee at the consignee's end, write his name. Write the consignee name. Simple. Okay. To Hari account 1500. Okay. To Hari account 1500. Now Hari commission. How we'll calculate commission, children? Commission on total sales 34,000 into 15 by 100. Okay. So total commission amount is 5,100. What are the sales now? By Hari, what I told? Anything. Sales also same concept. Okay. Sales also same concept, children. 34,000. Okay. Now, how we need to do the balancing? Already you know how to balance the ledger account. Total sales 34,000. From that, what we need to deduct? We need to deduct all the expenses. That is 32. Total expenses are 32,600. So we need to deduct from 34,000, 32,600 total expenses we deduct. That is our profit. So out of this consignment, what is the profit the consignor has made? The consignor has made 1,400 as profit. Is it clear, children? Now we will see how to make. Again, once go through the problem. Okay. Now we know what is the profit made by the consignor. It is 1,400. Now we will see how to prepare consignee's account. So what we need for consignee when we want to prepare a consignee account? You need to know what are the sales made by him. Now we should know what is advance given by him. So advance we will be taking in consignee's account and his expenses, only his expenses. He is least bothered about the expenses which are incurred at consignor's end. So when we are preparing consignee's account, the consignor will take only information what happened with the consignee or related to consignee. So what are the expenses are related to consignee here? We received sales, he received sales, so we need to take into account sales and the expenses from by the consignee, that is transport and commission and advance if at all anything is being given by Hari, that we need to take. Now we will see how to prepare a consignee's account. Okay, the two sales. See in consignment account what we did, consignment account data to Hari account. So in Hari account, two consignment. To consignment account sales amount we will be taking 34,000. That means total sales proceeds is 34,000. From that, what the consignee will be doing, he will be deducting his amount. Okay, Hari account, bank account data to Hari account. He will be deducting his balance amount, advance amount. Then he will be deducting his expenses. Okay, what by this consignment, what is the expense incurred by consignee through this consignment? It is 1,500 rupees. So he will be deducting his expenses also. Then he will be deducting his commission also. That commission is 5,100. Okay, so by bank account, advance, by consignment account, all the expenses, and by consignment account, his commission also. We need to deduct, even he will be deducting even his commission. Okay, 5,100. Now, all the expenses relate to 16,600. Now, what is the balance amount the consignee will be paying to the consignor? What will be the balance amount, children? The balance amount to be remitted. So, why the consignor is preparing this consignee account? Now, the consignor, in the books of consignor, we are preparing consignee account. Why the consignor is preparing this consignee account? To know how much amount is due from consignee. He should know what, how much sales he made, what advance he has given, and what are the expenses incurred by him, what is his commission, and then what is the balance amount he need to receive from the consignee. So, how much amount still the consignee should pay to the consignor? It is 17,400. I told if it is bank, in the question they mentioned it is a demand draft is sent. That is the reason we are taking it here by bank. If not, you should take it as by balance carried on. Okay, by bank account 17,400. Okay, children, this is consignee account. So three accounts are prepared in the books of consignor. One is consignment account, the other one is consignee account, and the other one is goods sent on consignment account. This is a real account. This is a real account. So the trading account, that is the total consignment account at the end is transferred to trading account. So goods sent on consignment account data to goods sent on consignment account, and the end what will be the entry? Goods sent on consignment account data to trading account. So at the end the amount will be transferred to trading account. Is it clear, children? Just again go through the problem. Now, in the books of consignee, we will be preparing only one account, that is consignor account. We prepare consignor account to know how much amount is due, or how much amount the consignee is due to the consignor. Even consignee should know. So the consignee will be preparing an account. It is in the books of Hari, that is consignee account. In the exam, we will be preparing in the examination point of view, children. We don't do this consignor account. It's not generally asked in the exam. Only in the books of consignor prepare. So we will be preparing 3 accounts. If at all they ask, you will be doing this account. Okay, in the books of Hari. Simple. What you need to remember, one more thing. You are preparing here Subhash account, that is consignor account. It will be opposite of consignee account. There, what you did, buys, sales here 34,000 to bank. Now this we are preparing in the books of consignee. Okay, to bank account, whatever advance he has given, and to cash account 1,500, commission 5,100, and to bank account 17,400. So total, what will be the balance amount will be remitted by the consignee will be remitting to the consignor. Okay, by the end of this session, children, what we have learned, I hope that you people understood how to prepare different accounts in the books of consignor and consignee. That is consignment account, very important account, consignment account, consignee account, and goods and consignment account. And the task for the day, children. Here is a question. Just go through this question and try to solve the given problem. After 2 days, you will be getting for this problem, you will be getting solution in the chat box. You can see the solution in the chat box, children. Take it as a homework and try to solve this problem. If you have any doubts, just go through the video. See, Krishna of Mumbai and Gopal of Chennai are in consignment business. Gopal sent goods to Krishna for rupees 10,000. Gopal paid freight rupees 500, insurance rupees 1,500. Krishna made sale expenses rupees 900. Krishna sold the entire stock for rupees 20,000, and he is entitled to a commission of 5% on sales. Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Gopal and Krishna. Okay. And in the next session, we will be discussing about the problems on valuation of unsold stock, children.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Safe, children. Thank you. Stay productive. Stay connected. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the wonderful session, and thanks for the viewers also. Now over to course coordinator. Thank you. Thank you all. Shailaja madam.